What is up, crew? It is about 5:28 a.m. and this is another vlog. In the next clip, I'm going to be getting into the car and we'll go from there. It is a cool 43 degrees outside this morning, and on these cool mornings I have so much gratitude for these things called seat warmers. I'm currently waiting for my car to heat up. Let that be a lesson for some of you that just get in your car and you just start it and you just speed off and go, and then you wonder years later why you have transmission issues. That's why. You should always let your car take time to heat up. I digress. It's early. It's about 5:29 now in the morning. These days, I'm usually waking up around like 4:30, between 4:30 and 5:30 without an alarm. So it's a really interesting experience because I was not always this way, and I definitely will say I was not always a morning person. However, in the last few years, as I've had some major life changes, I've had a baby and he's amazing, and although we are currently in a hairy custody battle that I do have faith is getting better over time, I still have so much gratitude. But these days, my body wakes me up on its own between like 4:30 and 5:30 naturally. I realistically have not used an alarm to wake up in like 3 to 4 years. So it's wild. And some days I'm grateful for that. Other days I want to sleep in. Thankfully my Oura ring this morning, let's actually see what it scored me, because I did eat a little bit late. And heed that lesson: if you eat late, it's going to affect your sleep at night. It may feel good in the moment, but I will say it's not the best thing. So I got a 78 and a 66. 78 for sleep, a 66 for readiness. Not the greatest. Now, this tells me that my resting heart rate is high, which that's directly related to me eating late. It can also be related to stress or excitement. My sleep, though, got 86% efficiency, which means I slept pretty well. About an hour and a half of REM sleep, about an hour and a half of deep sleep. And I didn't wake up too much last night, which is awesome. For a while, I was having a hard time staying asleep through the night due to like stress and life and what I do for work and all the things. And I feel like this has been like a ever-long journey of really figuring out what works for me and passing that information along to others. So if you go back in my channel, you can check some of the things and videos that I've done around sleep and magnesium and sleep tracking, because it's been a journey and it is still getting better and better, because realistically, the better it gets, the better it gets. Now, my car is completely heated up. I'm going to take you guys with me through the day, but I am going to go catch a workout and I will check in with you after the workout. Peace.
A few moments later.
And we are back. I just finished up my workout, and I will say my body is freaking sore. And I am just going to clip this to my shirt real quick. Sorry if there's feedback there. So that way I can take you all with me. Hopefully that's still focused. Oh man. You ever have those workouts that just like kind of crush your soul a little bit? Today was one of those workouts. Now I'm gonna try to adjust my seat warmers because sometimes I get in the car, it's a little too hot. Did a little bit of a push day today, which for those of you that don't know, push means, excuse me, you do exercises that are push-based movements. Think push-up, think tricep push-down, think overhead press, things of that nature. So today was basically chest, shoulders, and triceps. Did a little bit of pull-ups today as well, because I'm trying to get better at doing pull-ups. I realistically want to get to the point where I can do 25 static and unbroken, which means 25 without coming back down to the ground and taking my hands off of the bar. Man, today is a beautiful day outside, and it truly is. And today is going to be a great day. You know, while I was at the gym, I got a message from someone that kind of triggers me in a sense. And anytime I get triggered, and maybe this can resonate with you, anytime I'm triggered, I like to ask myself, why am I being triggered? And what can I do to actually control this? Because realistically, life is going to be full of things that have a sense of triggering you. And to give that power to someone else or something is not fair to you. So anytime I'm triggered, in this instance, when I got triggered from the message, instead of doing that knee-jerk thing that most humans do, which is you just respond right then, it's your knee-jerk reaction, you gotta get your thoughts out right then. Instead of doing that, I decided to let it sit for a bit. Because realistically, you don't owe anyone a response immediately. And I mean that in the most sincere way, whether it be a partner, a girlfriend, a friend, a colleague, anything of that nature. You don't owe someone a response instantaneously. You can always set a frame and say, hey, I've received this message. I'll respond a bit later after I've taken time to process. However, in this instance, I am not doing that. I'm choosing to take space because of the nature of where this person is and I. But I just kind of wanted to touch on that because I've witnessed so many people in the morning be falling victim of their triggers. And what that can look like, I invite you to ask yourself, first thing in the morning, when you wake up, are you rolling over, picking up your phone, checking social media, checking your email? If so, you may be falling victim to comparanoia or giving your phone and things like social media too much power over you. And you know, the thing with social media is it's one of these things where every click, slide, and scroll is feeding you thoughts you actually did not consent to thinking. And I'm gonna do another video on my experience of deleting Instagram and really what that has done for me over the last year, because I will say it is single-handedly one of the best things that I have ever done for my mental health. So if you're one of those people that checks your email or checks your social media first thing in the morning, I want to invite you to do something a bit different. I'll kind of break down what my morning looks like because I'm about to get home, I'm gonna get showered, and I'm actually gonna take you all to my office with me today because I'm working from my office in Newport Beach today. And I'm just gonna break down a bit of my morning routine because like I said earlier, I wake up around 4:30 to 5:30. It's in between that time. But in the morning, the first thing I do is I go and I drink 6 ounces of water. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of aloe juice with some lemon just to really regulate my body's pH in my stomach and for my gut biome. But recently I've just been doing water because I feel regular, my body feels good. So first thing in the morning, I drink some room temperature water just to kind of get some fluids flowing in my body. After that, I usually have my pre-workout, I get that ready. And after that, after using the bathroom, brushing my teeth, doing all of the necessity things that we're supposed to do in the morning, I actually do a 10 to 20 minute meditation. I don't set a metric, I just do for as long as feels good for me. And I really check in with my body. I think of 3 things that I'm grateful for in that moment, and I kind of do a mental emotional assessment and really check in with how I'm feeling right then. This has been pivotal for me because I've realized on those days that I just wake up feeling off or just different. And also on the days that I wake up feeling like vigor and ready to just crush the day, the routine stays the same. And believe it or not, this consistency and that small adjustment has been pivotal for me. So I invite you to try the same, but I'm just about to get home, so I'm gonna shower off, I'm gonna get ready, and I'm going to start my day. I'll see you at the office. What is up? And we are back. I'm actually just getting to my office, which is right over there, right up there in the top. Now, I do have this clipped to my shirt right now. I have this, the story I'm telling myself is that if I clip it up here, you actually won't be able to hear me as much. And that is a problem that I don't want to have. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it clipped to there. Now I will also say I'm not gonna be able to record at like me in the mix while I'm working because 1, I'll be with clients, and 2, I actually use this camera through my Zoom when I'm with clients and guys that I work with. So I won't be recording like my in the moment while I'm with clients and things like that. However, I am gonna take you all with me up so I can show you a bit about what the office actually looks like and go from there. I will also say, I'm feeling so much better than I did earlier when I was feeling kind of triggered. And it just goes to show taking time to process and giving yourself a moment is the path of most allowance. Now, I'm getting ready to head inside and do my normal routine that I do, which I get some kombucha, I fill up my water, I then will usually turn on the oil diffuser with some lemongrass or some tea tree oil, something of that nature. I try not to do lavender or anything during the day because that actually will wake you up. Or I'm sorry, won't wake you up. It'll actually cause more drowsiness and cause your body to produce melatonin. So, I'm walking in. Isn't this cool? At the very top, what they do, this is kind of what it looks like when you walk in. Super awesome stuff. I'm gonna take y'all in to the elevator with me, and we're off. Wow, what a day. I am currently just wrapping up here at my office, and man, I had some powerful calls connecting with some really vulnerable men today. And I want to share with you one of the takeaways that I had from today, because if you've ever had that concept in your mind or had that experience in your mind, excuse me, I'm grabbing something so I can get in here. If you've ever had that experience in your mind where you want to reach out to someone because it kind of ended poorly and you're not proud of how things ended, I've been having that experience lately, and I'm calling this concept getting current. And today, now I have an old friend, his name's Taylor Conroy. You can check out his TEDx talk, his TED talk. He is truly an incredible soul. Years ago, we used to work in a company together that he founded where we helped people land, curate, and craft TEDx talks and TED talks. And years ago, when the whole world shut down and the whole pandemic and everything happened, we kind of had a falling out. And it was due to this thing called finances and money. And we both showed up in ways that I'm sure neither of us were proud of. However, this person at one point, his gentleman, Taylor, was very close to me and very near and dear to my heart. He taught me a lot about myself and taught me a lot about being a man. And so I have a ton of respect for him. And recently, I've been ideating through this concept of getting current. So I invite you, anyone that comes to mind that you are not happy with how you ended off, or maybe things ended on a poor note, or you're just not proud of how you showed up, and you're now grown up, or you've grown, you've done some growth, and you realize the error in your ways, I invite you to get current. Reach out to that person, reach out to that individual, and take ownership over that. Because a part of growing up, a part of being a man, and a part of becoming an adult is taking ownership over your faults and your shortcomings. So with that being said, get current with someone if they come to mind, because I can tell you that my soul feels so nourished in the fact that him and I were able to clear the air and move forward as friends. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This is a vlog, episode 2, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.